Tonight's topic for the Live at 5 is agriculture. A million years ago, it seems like now, back in December, I went before the Texas Farm Bureau Ag Fund, 5 Republicans and 1 Democrat, and we presented. So I saw that as a draw. Maybe not a win, but a draw. And a lot of the notes that I have from then are still pertinent and maybe even more so. I wanted to talk about ag because in HD 25, we are really more of a rural area than a lot of the other districts. And a lot of our people make a living from agriculture and commercial fishing. One of the things that I talked about back then that's become even more pertinent is rural internet access. We've relied on private enterprise, which we hammer on in the state of Texas, to provide our internet services. And we see how that's working in our rural student who's coming in from Bailey's Prairie to Angleton twice a week, so she has internet access to join her class at the college, her dual class. Maybe instead of private enterprise, we need to consider rural internet access as a public utility, like we do water in most civilized places, but not all. And go back to that idea that there are some things that maybe government does do better, especially now that we see that many of our Republican friends are embracing that idea. So let me go back to my notes. One of the items that I addressed with them was water. In Texas, we either have too much, we have too little, or we have it in the wrong place. And we've waited 12 million people too long to address the issue of water in Texas. When I'm elected, I'm going to make sure that's one of our priorities. Labor. I don't think I hear very many people complaining about migrant labor in Texas right now. They're picking your crops. They're helping provide the grocery stores with food. Right now, they're our heroes. 6 months ago, they were the damn villains. So yes, again, we need to change our laws and our policies on migrant labor in Texas. We desperately need migrant labor. Loss of farmland. Those 12 million people I said that we waited too long to decide about water, they have to live somewhere. Now, Texas is the 3rd largest farm economy with the most farmland in the country. Iowa and California are beating us out. But we're losing that farmland. And each of those 12 million people needs electricity and fuel. So for the solar and wind farms and the power plants, there are more power lines. For the oil, the fracking in the different areas with shale, more pipelines. And we're losing farmland, and our farmers don't have a fair shake on eminent domain. Eminent domain laws need to be addressed also. Farmers need to be compensated for their land, and they need the same ability to challenge eminent domain that large corporations use on appealing their property tax. Farmers need that too. And when I talk about farmers, I mean farmers, small farmers and large farmers. One of the things I talked about was the USMCA, the new NAFTA. We know the car dealers got a great deal. We're still not sure what the farmers got. We're not sure what the dairy farmers got in Wisconsin or even in Texas. That remains to be seen. With our current situation, we're not real sure on the bailouts and the $2 trillion, is it? Bill that Trump just signed. What's there for the farmers? Because they're going to be hurting too. Regulation. Now here's probably where I'm going to run afoul of some of my Democrat friends. How you grow your crops and livestock should be regulated only to the degree necessary to promote your industry and realistically protect the environment. Farmers and ranchers take very seriously the land and their animals. And regulations should be based on sound science, not 40-character sound bites. Issues of GMO, humane livestock practices, organic versus non-organic, pesticides and fertilizers should be made rationally. I'm going to go a little step further here, piss some more people off. A great example of bogus science is the promotion of the Impossible Burger and Impossible Meat. Oh my God, it's so great. Cows are not farting and producing methane. But it's higher in fat than ground round or sirloin. It's infinitely more processed than natural beef. And I'm pretty sure the carbon footprint to put together the Impossible Burger and get it to Burger King is just as large as getting a regular hamburger there. And when all's said and done, it doesn't taste nearly as good. I also wanted to talk a little bit before I go about commercial fishing in Texas, because that's part of our House District 25 too. The third largest port for the production of seafood is Palacios. I'm sorry, Freeport, you got beat out. And the best date I could get was from 2014, so maybe Freeport's moved up. $31 million in commercial fishing value from the port of Palacios, and 15 million pounds of aquaculture in this district, which has come and gone over the years. I know we've got a big crawfish producing aquaculture place because we've all driven past it a couple times in the last few months, going to Palacios and Matagorda. So we've covered aquaculture, we've covered loss of farmland and trade and regulation. But what I want you to know is when you elect me as your House District 25 representative, if you're involved, well, we're all involved in agriculture because we all eat. I will, to the best of my abilities, represent agriculture and commercial fishing just as much as I represent and stand up for the industrial aspects of our district. Hang in there. We're in week 2. Socially distance yourself, but get out in the sunshine too. Take a walk. Admire my plants that I have around me. I don't know. Let me see if I can turn around. Okay. Take care. Keep the faith. Get outside when you can. Wash your hands. Don't irritate your spouse too much, and don't. So good evening and have a pleasant rest of your Sunday. I'm not sure what we got.